officials under Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa have been warned that if they support anyone, any government official, be it a minister, be it a member of parliament, be it a permanent secretary, according to retired General Winston Mabanga, they will serve between 10 to 20 years post Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. They are going to remove him, but anyone who will actually allow to be used by Emmerson Tambutso Mnangagwa to vote for the illegal constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026 face a minimum of 10 years and a maximum of 20 years without the option of a fine, no parole, direct imprisonment. That has been the message that has been buttressed by retired Lieutenant General Winston Mabanga. Already, the bill has been, the law that will be used has been written down. I think I was dealing with it on the other broadcast. It is already circulating online, the legal instrument that would be used to deal with government officials. In fact, let me read the warning from retired General Winston Mabanga. He says, "Fellow Zimbabweans, sons and daughters of the soil, I come before you today not as a politician, but as a soldier who has dedicated entire adult life to the defense and sovereignty of this great republic. For over 4 decades, I stood on the front lines, from the liberation struggle to the building of nation security architecture, always guided by one unshakable principle. The Constitution is the sacred covenant between the people and the leaders. It is not optional. It is not negotiable. It is the very foundation upon which our independence was built. Today, I speak with deep concern and unambiguous resolve against those who are shamelessly abusing public office, undermining our Constitution, and aggressively pushing the controversial Constitutional Amendment Bill 3 madness agenda." Let that sink in. They are saying, let me emphasize, let that sink in. To every cabinet minister, permanent secretary, advisor, legislator, or a state functionary involved in this dangerous enterprise, hear me loud and clear. There will be no fine. There will be no community service. There will be no suspended sentence. There will be no early release for good behavior. If you proceed to violate the Constitution through Constitutional Amendment Bill number 3, you will find yourself at Chikurupi maximum security prison, serving a minimum of 10 years to a maximum of 20 years behind those cold walls. Non-negotiable. Let me explain why this must be so. The Constitution of Zimbabwe is not a mere legal document drafted for academic debate. It is the hard-won product of the blood, sweat, and sacrifices of millions of Zimbabweans. It enshrines the principles of democracy, rule of law, separation of powers, and protection of fundamental rights. When you tamper with it for narrow political expediency, when you push Constitutional Amendment Bill through manipulation, intimidation, or abuse of state institutions, you are not a law. You are betraying the very soul of the nation. I have watched with growing alarm as some of us or amongst us treat governance like a personal chessboard. They believe that power is permanent, that institutions exist to serve individuals rather than the people, and that the Constitution can be bent twisted or ignored whenever it becomes inconvenient. History has taught us from ancient empires to modern failed states that such ignorance always ends in tears. Zimbabwe will not be another casualty. To the Constitutional Amendment Bill 3 pushers, specifically, do not hide behind technicalities. Do not claim national interest when your real is self-preservation and the extension of unchecked power. The people see through the rhetoric. They remember the empty promises of the past. They remember how previous constitutional manipulations only deepened poverty, divisions, and emigration. Enough is enough. The Constitution demands accountability. It demands that public office be exercised with transparency and humility. Violating it is not a political game. It is not. How things are done, it is a serious offense against the Republic itself. Those who orchestrate such violations must face the full weight of justice, not tomorrow, but when the institutions are finally allowed to function without fear or favor. I call upon all serving members of the security services, the judiciary, the civil service, and patriotic citizens. Do not allow yourself to be used as tools for constitutional violations. Your oath is to the Constitution, not to individuals. Your legacy will be judged by whether you stood on the side of legality and justice or became accomplices to its destruction. To the youth of Zimbabwe, the future belongs to you. Do not be deceived by short-term benefits or political patronage. Demand constitutionalism, demand leaders who respect term limits, who fear the law, and who put service above self. Your generation has the power to break the cycle of impunity. To the churches, civil society, traditional leaders, and all peace-loving Zimbabweans, this is not a time of silence. Raise your voice, document every abuse, hold those in power to account, and they attached this legal instrument. In fact, it continues. Sorry, let me continue. The statement continues, just few paragraphs before I round it off. It says, the strength of our nation lies in an active, vigilant citizenry. Let me be crystal clear once more. Violating our constitution is not a game. To those who persist in this path should know that the wheels of justice may turn slowly, but they turn surely. No amount of wealth, connections, or foreign passport will shield you from the consequences when the people finally reclaim their power. I retired from active service years ago, but my commitment to Zimbabwe remains total. I will continue to speak truth to power, defend the Constitution, and stand with the ordinary men and women who built this country with their bare hands. To the Constitutional Amendment Bill 3 architects and all constitutional delinquents, retrace your steps while you still can. Serve the people. Respect the supreme law. History is unforgiving to those who place themselves above it. We are watching. Lieutenant General Winston Sigauke Mabanga, and he attached the legislation that would be used. So strong language and a strong message sent to those who are currently aiding the Emerson Tambudzo Mnangagwa regime. You have been warned. I mean, several warnings have come. I know a lot of people say, no, but it has been warning, but to no avail. Just watch the space. So just watch the space. Things are happening behind the scenes, and the wheels already are rolling, in my view. And in no time, we are going to see change. coming. These documents that are being circulated, well written, not by AI, well written. It's a warning. The warnings have been coming. I think these people are so lenient. They warn before actually consequences, so that you won't have an excuse to say, no, but I was not told. All government officials have been warned. Your charambas, all these government officials, the advisors, Tungwararas, the members of parliament, and this, I think, it puts the members of parliament in a tight corner, because continuing supporting constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026, they risk these 10 to 20 years imprisonment. And the thing about the politics of Zimbabwe, it just changes when you least think. At the moment, I know some people think maybe Mnangagwa is, 2030 campaign is a done deal, as they continue to claim, no, it's a done deal. It's not yet over until it's over. So people have been warned, government officials, do that at your own peril. Continue to support this illegal process, but knowing that there would be consequences. And even the people of Zimbabwe have been told, their youths in your communities, document those who are busy. I saw today, was it today in Culture Park, where some ZANU-PF thugs were marching, they're masquerading as citizens of Culture Park. They say document those people, watch out those people, write down their names. There would be definitely consequences to each and every person who support this illegal 2030 term extension or constitutional amendment bill number 3 of 2026. Already a separate law, not the law of Emerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, but the law of the deep state, the other faction, has already been penciled. It is ready, the instrument that would be used to deal against individuals who willfully, they say willfully because you are doing this with these warnings. Don't take for granted the warning of Mshena. Don't take for granted the warning of Knox Chivero. Don't take for granted the warnings of retired Lieutenant General Winston Sikauke Mabanga. I think these individuals are at pains to warn those because already Chivero have said, now the ball is in our hands. We've been warning you, but now the ball is in our hands. It's going to be pound for pound. That is what Chivero has said and vowed that we will fight until the end. So as I predicted that at the end of the day, this match will be achieved through direct confrontation. And what is currently happening at the moment politically in Zimbabwe, we are much closer to the period of direct confrontation. And this bill is about to be passed by those who intend to pass it. That is why you see so much pressure and so much warnings being told to those who have been sent to endanger their lives, that endanger your life with the knowledge that there would be consequences. Be used knowing that if indeed Mnangagwa is removed by whichever mechanisms, there would be serious consequences. And when those consequences begins to kick in, don't say we did not warn you. So warnings continues to come. And also, interestingly, the files to the Constitutional Court against members of Parliament to stop them also from extending their own term, because they are not also extending the term of Mnangagwa, but they are extending the term, their own term. I see someone says only action is needed. Yes, but a well-calculated action. You don't just wake up and then you just start an action. So the action has to be well calculated. And I think already action has started. I think this faction could not be making these moves if they don't have guts. They have guts. And Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa have seen that this is a match. That is why he has said, let the person who wins. To him, it's a matter of death. And also to the other faction, it is so. And the moments that are unfolding at the moment, they are close to a trigger. We are waiting for that trigger moment, and then those who love action, they will begin to see it. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally press the thanks button and send us stars. You have been waiting for long. I have also been waiting for long. Remember, all of us, we are waiting.